JR and Tico Time to the outside. Jackson K down, Stony Durkin just rock him. And Bad Boy Sproxy. It is a field of 9 for race number 10. Here they come. Giddy up. Field for the 10th race. They're at the start in the rough. Mr. JR and Tico Time and Stony Durkin and just rock him. Top of the morning at Wild Eyed Yankee. Then it is EA's Ideal. Bad Boy Sproxy and Jackson K down. Mr. JR with the lead. Tico Time, though, on the outside. He is deriving Tico Time, Mr. JR. Mr. JR is insisting on the lead. Tico Time is trying to find his seat, but there isn't one, so is going to press on. And then it is top of the morning, and Stony Durkin is racing for then Tico Time. Took the lead, but isn't going to spend much time on the lead. Is coming back around as Mr. JR, 28 seconds the opening quarter. And top of the morning is racing third. And then it is Stony Durkin and EA's Ideal. Wild-Eyed Yankee to the outside in front of Just Rock Him. Then it is Jackson K down. And back trailing the field is Bad Boy Sproxy. Off the turn they come. Mr. JR and JR Plant's got the lead. Tico Time of the pocket. Here comes Wild-Eyed Yankee working first over. Top of the morning is fourth to the inside. Then it is Just Rockham and Stony Durkin into the outside. Jackson K down. Half was 59 and 1. EA's Ideal is second from last and trailing Bad Boy Sproxy. It is Mr. JR. They work on down the backstretch. Wild-Eyed Yankee is getting closer. And then Tico Time. And moving up now, Just Rockham has come on to take over fourth. Fifth of the inside is top of the morning. And then it is Jackson K down and Stony Durkin and EA's Ideal. And Bad Boy Sproxy, but it is still Mr. JR. 3/4, 128 and 4. Mr. JR and Wild-Eyed Yankee going at it. Now to the outside, Just Rockham is sent out 3 wide, and Tico Time is waiting for the passing lane. Top of the morning getting a little closer, as is Jackson K down. They're fanned out wide as they come on down the lane. Mr. JR, Tico Time up the inside, and Wild-Eyed Yankee, Tico Time, and Mr. JR. Mr. JR was able to hold on and win it. 4 across the track for second. Wild-Eyed Yankee was second, then 3 across the back in front of us. The winner of race number 10. It is number 4, Mr. JR. It is the driving hat trick on the evening for JR Plot. Mr. JR is a 5-year-old art, Major Bay Gelding. The owner is J.R. Merois. Gerard Demers is the trainer. Second win this year, 6th lifetime. 10th race payouts for Mr. JR, 630, 410, 380. 3 Wild-Eyed Yankee, 440, 270. A number 8, Just Rockham, 1490. $2 exactor, 25, $10 try, 131, 15. Double, 1030. Dollar pick, 399, $15 win for, 485, $50. High five, 1100, 55, 20.